Hey everyone, I'm Bradford with the Family of Personal Finance. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to fill out IRS Form 1040, Schedule 8812, which is the credits for qualifying children and other dependents. Let's jump right into the form and get started. All right, so starting out this form, the first thing that you want to double check is that you have the correct tax year that you're filing for. So you can see in the upper right-hand corner, I got tax year 2024, filing for this year in 2025. So coming down to the first part, it's going to be names. These are names shown on the return. So if you're filing as a head of household, it's just going to be your name there and then your social security number. But if you are doing married filing jointly, it's going to be your name, ampersand, your spouse's name, and then it'll just be your social security number. You're not going to put yours and your spouse's there. So then coming down to the first line, this is going to be enter the amount from line 11 of your Form 1040 and whatever iteration it is. And that's basically going to be the amount of money that you made for the past year before taking out any sort of standard deduction or itemized deductions. And then coming down to line 2A, so basically 2A, B, C, and D are not going to apply for most people. So A deals with being in Puerto Rico, B deals with Form 2555, which is foreign earned income. C is going to be 4563, not applicable for most people. And then D is just adding up these first ones. Since we don't have anything in there in this example, it's just going to be blank. Then 3 is just adding up 1 along with 2D. So we can just take the amount in this example of John Smith and Jane Smith that they made in the past year. It's going to be $74,238. We can just copy line 1 into line 3. Now, the next part where we actually start to identify how much we're going to make off of these child tax credits. The first one here, line 4, number of qualified children under the age of 17 with the required social security number. So the big thing on this one, the child had to be age 16 or younger by the close of the previous year. So if your kid was 16 all of 2024, but then they just turned 17 on December 31st, 2024, they are not going to qualify for this section. They're going to actually go down to the next one, line 6, which we're going to talk about in a minute. But so this first one, it's going to be under the age of 17, or another way to phrase it, 16 and younger. So in this case, we're going to have 2 kids there. So we're going to put 2 multiplied by the number of $2,000, which is the child tax credit, gives us the amount of $4,000, which is going to go in line 5. Now 6, this is other dependents, including any qualifying children who are not under age 17 or do not have the required social security number. So this one is a bit broader. So if you have a kid that's still living at home, maybe they're going to college, you're providing with the majority of their expenses, and so you're still able to claim them as a dependent. While you can't get the child tax credit, you are eligible to receive the credit for other qualifying dependents. And the other thing that can go in this category, say you're taking care of aging parents or an aging family member, somebody that doesn't have their full capabilities about them, and you're responsible for them, if you can claim them as a dependent, they're going to go in this section right here with line 6. So in this example, let's just say that John and Jane Smith, they have a kid that's at college, doing a community college, still lives at home, but they are going to be able to claim them as the credit for other qualifying dependents here. So we're going to put 1 right here. Then we're going to take this number in line 6, multiply it by 500, and that's going to give us 500 in line 7. Going down to line 8, we're just going to be adding up lines 5 and 7, which is going to give us 4,500. And then we're going to go into line 9. So enter the amount shown based on your filing status. So married filing jointly is going to be 400,000. All other filing statuses is going to be 200,000. So we're going to drop 400,000 in here and then 10. So we're going to subtract line 9, which is right here, from line 3, which is up here. Now, if the amount is 0 or less, enter 0, which is the case for here. But if this is not the case for you, means you make too much money to qualify for the entirety of the child tax credit or the qualifying dependent tax credit, and then it's going to start to phase that out. So that's what's going to be going on here. So if it's more than 0 and not a multiple of 1,000, enter the next multiple of 1,000. For example, if the result is 425, enter 1,000. If the result is 1,025, enter 2,000. And then you'd be multiplying line 10 by 5%. Basically, for every $1,000 that goes above either the $400,000 if you're married filing jointly, 200,000 for everything else, you're going to lose the amount that you're able to be eligible for by 5%. So it's going to decrease in that order, but not applicable for us in this situation because we don't make that much money. So going on this part where it deals with if you do have to check the box no, it's going to be, hey, is the amount on line 8, how much you're eligible for in these child tax credits as well as the other qualifying dependents, is that more than what is in line 11? If the answer is no, you cannot take the child tax credit for other dependents or the additional child tax credit. And then you're going to skip basically the rest of the form. So if you have to check no here, you're not going to be eligible for the credit at all. But in this situation, we checked yes. So 13, enter the amount from the credit limit worksheet A. And this amount is basically just going to be for most people, how much money do you actually owe? So looking at line 18 on your IRS Form 1040, you're going to copy and paste it here. Don't worry, we're going to look at what that credit limit worksheet A is momentarily. But for now, it's going to be $4,939. And then 14, enter the smaller of line 12 up here or line 13. This is your child tax credit and credit for other dependents. So since $4,500 is smaller than the amount that we owe, it's going to be $4,500. This is the amount of child tax credit as well as the credit for other qualifying dependents that we are able to claim on our taxes. If we actually have more credits here than what we owe in taxes, this is going to basically negate the child tax credit, and it's going to force you to go to the second page of Schedule 8812, where you're going to be filing for the additional child tax credit, which allows you to actually have negative taxes that you pay. So instead of paying taxes at all, like most people, they're going to pay taxes and then get a refund because they overpaid. In this situation, you are actually going to be paying zero taxes, and the IRS is going to be writing you a check paying you money. So going on to page 2 real quick, just to see what's on here. So this is going to be the additional child tax credit for all filers. If you are able to claim the full amount and you don't have negative taxes, you're just going to check this box right here, and then this box in 27 is going to be 0. So it makes it really simple. But if you do end up having negative taxes, you're going to go through and then fill out this section. And then for part 2B, this is certain filers who have 3 or more qualifying children and they're bona fide residents of Puerto Rico. So if you don't live in Puerto Rico, it doesn't apply to you. But if it does, read through the instructions and it's relatively straightforward as to what you put in here for lines 21 through 26. And then the additional child tax credit, which is the summary of part 2, which is page 2 in Schedule 8812, it's going to be right here. If you ended up checking this box, you can either leave 27 blank or leave a 0 there. Now let's go over to that first part, that first worksheet that I talked about, because that is going to be the one that most people are dealing with here. So here we have the credit limit worksheet A, and this is just going to come from Schedule 8812 instructions. So if you just type that in Google, it'll pull up the IRS website and then you'll navigate straight to this section. I prefer the PDF version. I think it's a little easier to read than just reading it on the website itself, but to each their own. So starting out here, 1, enter the amount from line 18 of your Form 1040 and its iterations. So this is going to be the amount that you actually owe on your taxes. So in this example, I didn't walk through all the details on how I got here, but basically they made the amount of money that's on the front part of their IRS Form 1040. They took out the standard deduction for married filing jointly for tax year 2024. And then they looked up the tax tables, which is on IRS Form 1040 General Instructions, to tell them exactly how much money they owe on taxes for the previous tax year. So this is where this number comes from of the $4,939. Then coming down here, all this deals with Schedule 3. A lot of people, unless they get more complicated tax situations, are not going to have anything here. You can leave this blank. I just put a 0 here to show that, hey, summary here is 0. So then 3, you're going to subtract line 2 from line 1. If you don't have anything here, you can just copy and paste 1 into 3. And then complete credit limit worksheet B only if you meet all of the filing requirements. So there's 3 things. The first one, are you claiming one of these credits? If you're claiming one or all of these credits, then that's going to be a check for first part. Second, you're not filing Form 2555. That's that foreign earned income that I talked about earlier. And then the third one is line 4 of Schedule 8812 is more than 0. If you meet all of these, then you are required to fill out the worksheet B. In this instance, we're not required to do that because we weren't claiming any of these credits up here. And then 4, if you're not completing credit limit worksheet B, enter a 0, which we did. And then 5 is subtract line 4, which is here, from line 3. So we're going to just be able to copy and paste 3 into 4. And then we can take this amount, and this is where we went back onto line 13 on the Schedule 8812. And that's how we fill out that section there. So hopefully that makes sense as to how you actually fill out IRS Form 1040 Schedule 8812 to be able to claim the credits for your kids or your other qualifying dependents. But don't forget, you still actually have to fill out the rest of your taxes. Now, if you're a DIYer and you want to know how to be able to do it yourself, you're probably going to be interested in this playlist right here where we walk you through it. But if you're more interested in having somebody else file your taxes for you and being able to do it completely for free, this playlist is going to be more your style. I want to thank you for joining me today. And from your first penny to your first million, we're here to help.